So I want to start off with some overall thoughts on why I think presentations go bad and what problems people use with PowerPoint. First, just kind of an observation, PowerPoint should be sticky. When you're putting together your presentation or putting together your briefing, you want to make sure that it sticks with your audience. And this might sound obvious, but again, 80% of briefings do not stick with their intended audience. And the way you should look at it is as a marketing tool. When you're watching a commercial and let's say for Cheerios, they'll put in a jingle or a cute kid in there so that you remember that advertisement. So the next day or a week from there, when you go to the grocery store, you'll remember the cute kid or the cute jingle, and it'll make you think of Cheerios when you're going down the breakfast cereal aisle. Your slides should have the same type of focus when you're putting together your presentation. You want your slides to be sticky. You want your boss to see your slides and then use the information you presented to him in his big meeting that he might have 1 day, 5 days, 2 weeks down the line. So if you approach it from that angle before you even start your presentation, you will be much more effective. And you'll be, again, surprised at how many people do not think of PowerPoint in this type of domain. So that's the first thing. A problem that we usually have is that we want to limit our slides. And how many times have you been in presentations where the boss says, okay, give me a briefing or presentation, no more than 5 slides? It's good that we want to limit our time, but when you want to limit slides, that's a problem because everyone tends to just cram everything in and the slides get too busy and too overstocked, and that takes away from your presentation. My recommendation is, when your boss says, give it to me in only 5 slides, what he or she really means is give it to me in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that you don't overburden them with time. And that's fine. It's better to have a 10-slide presentation that you can just cycle through a little bit quicker than a 5-slide presentation where you're stuck on each slide for 5 minutes because you have too much information per slide. So that's a problem that we suffer, or I've observed in my years in the public and private sector. Next, we use the same slides for the briefing as a read ahead. If you get advanced in the public or private sector, your boss, if you have a key meeting on Wednesday, he or she may want your slides on Monday. And what you should be doing is you should be making two presentations. One for the read ahead that has a lot of text, a lot of words, that really goes down into finite detail. This is what your boss should read ahead. However, when you're actually presenting, your slides should have almost no text, should have a lot of pictures, a lot of illustrations, and not the wordy standalone read ahead slides that you present before your main event. So that's a key mistake people make. Again, the same briefing as the read ahead. And again, I know it's a little bit more work, but you should have 2 sets of slides. And then finally, we like to show our work. We think that because our slides have a lot of whiz-bang graphics and animations and look like they're very busy, and when I was in the Army, we called them PowerPoint Rangers. Just because we think we have all those illustrations, we think we're being intelligent. Wrong answer. The mark of an intellect is not to make very detailed slides. The mark of an intellect is if you can take complex, detailed information and distill it down to the lowest level so a mass audience can understand that. That's the key for your presentations.